Now, Xime here is so special because you live both in Mexico and in United States part of the
Yes.
time. Anything you notice in particular? Like, I know you moved to the United States later. Was there anything that shocked you about dating culture there?
Because in Mexico, you're really used to men like opening the door for you or paying the dates. Like it's like that. In the US, it's like complete opposite. So it was like kind of like, I don't think this guy is interested in me. You know?
I think we're very accustomed in the US now that women keep a lot of their independence, and in fact, some women really don't even like it when you try to help them or something. They're
Yes.
offended by it. Most don't mind, but some do. And what does that teach the guy, right? If you open a door and you
Yes.
get yelled at for
It's a
for
little
doing
bit
so.
of a wide area to work in.
I have in fact had some women get mad at me because maybe they were carrying a lot of things and I didn't ask them, can I help you with that? And they were kind of like, where's the chivalry? Exactly what you're
That's
saying.
another example. Yes.
And and then I have to say, hey, I'd be happy to help. I honestly just didn't know you needed help. You can tell me, by the way, like if you need help, best thing as an American is just to say, Eric, can you help me with this? Kissing on the first date, is it fairly common, would you say?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I think it's because we're a very warm culture. We say hi to strangers. If you go to a party or something and your friend introduces his or her friends, you're gonna say hi with a kiss, in the cheek.
I'd say it's same thing in United States, to be honest. It's
You can kiss on the first date?
many people do, and again, it's not like it's a rule because everyone's different, and some people are more conservative, more reserved, and that's fine.
Maybe you're just nervous.
Oh, maybe you're just maybe both parties are nervous and nobody knows what to do,
Yeah.
right? Of course. I've been told that men should buy a ride share, if the girl's not driving there anyway directly. Men should be prepared to get a ride share for the girl, which we do in the United States. But the big difference is that maybe women like or appreciate if the man, when they're sending the woman back in the rideshare, the man will actually ride with her.
That
For-
would be that would be the best. But also like a lot of people are like, hey, just text me when you're home or of course Mexico regarding security, sometimes it's a little girls are starting to be like, oh no, I'll meet you there,
Yeah, so
So
it just depends.
yes,
Kinda, huh?
I mean, if it's a friend of a friend and we started like flirting or whatever, and he invites me over for a date, maybe I would be like, hey, just come pick me up. That's fine.
I think it's similar in the United States too. Now, we typically, if we do send a rideshare for them, we typically don't ride back with them in the rideshare. We see that as just an unnecessary trip for us, and obviously extra money too. But I have had some Mexican women, and by the way, they were in kind of smaller towns too, where I think maybe more traditional, and they said, oh yeah, you should definitely always ride back with her.
Yes, that's
It-
very common in smaller.
Yeah, like-
Mexico City is like, it's very big, and of course there's a lot of. It's a melting pot.
Yeah,
So
it is.
you
a lot
get
of mixed
opinions
culture.
of every kind. But in smaller towns, you definitely get more conservative people.
So is there anything else you notice about American versus Mexican dating,
Dating
culture
culture?
or style?
I think Americans are a little bit more direct. Mexicans, we tend to sugarcoat everything.
Oh,
We
yeah.
culturally we're wired to not say no directly, and women, we need to take care of ourselves a lot in Mexico. I mean, everywhere in the world, honestly. But I speak about Mexico because I'm from there. So you just like, let's go get something small. In a lot of cases, let's go grab a coffee in daylight. A coffee is like just an okay option for you to be safe because you can just finish your coffee and just go home and maybe just I'm not saying it's the best scenario, but there's a lot of violence towards women in Mexico, so you have to
yeah.
think about ahead of like ways of escaping. I know it sounds a little bit
Yeah.
crazy, but
Well, no, it's
a lot of my friends are like, I'm going on a date, I text you my location, whatever, this is the guy's name or stuff like that.
Well, I'm very sorry to hear that, and it doesn't sound crazy. I mean, I believe it. I think it's safe to say the security situation in Mexico is not as stable as that in the United States. And even then, you know, obviously in the United States, women also need to keep a good head upon their shoulders. I imagine it's more so here in Mexico.
Yes, in a lot of cases, that's why you just get something small for the first
Keep it
date.
simple.
Yes, keep it
Yeah.
simple. I would be
Yeah.
happy if a guy just asked me out for coffee to keep it simple, because I'm like, okay, there's no a lot of pressure here. It's just coffee. The other things is that a lot of men expect you to, I don't know, like I paid for the date, so I expect a little bit of kissing or action or something like that.
What? Men do
Yes,
that?
yes.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious. It's sad, but
Wow.
it's true.
It's almost like women don't like it when men expect or pressure them for things that they're not entitled to. Wow, no, thank you so much. Yeah, and that can be a problem in the United
Yeah.
States too. Which is pretty ridiculous, by the way, for you men watching, because if you have to purchase her, if you have to buy her off, you're probably not
Not doing
creating an
something.
organic attraction.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you know, for you guys watching, again, you can be the solution here. You don't have to be part of the problem here for women, and Mexican women at that, where the security situation's not as good as in the United States and other Western countries. So practice going into dates without expectations. And I don't just mean saying that. I mean really genuinely carrying that energy that you don't expect anything. You're happy just to meet her, to be on the date. Right.
And you know what, also, if you have a friend, a male friend, and you're a guy, and you know your friend is not doing like something nice to a girl, just call him out.
I did read a study once that showed, you know, the vast majority of men who committed acts of sexual harassment didn't actually realize they were doing that. Like they, you know, if you ask these guys, is it good to sexually harass women? They would said no. And they don't understand that they committed that. Perhaps they thought they were being friendly, but it went a little overboard and they didn't notice. Right? So yeah, it could be good to have a lot of that social reinforcement from
Yes.
other men, definitely.
And just
but-
remember, if she
Yeah.
says yes, then it's a yes. Otherwise, it's a no. Okay.
And I want to add on to that. Not only yes means yes, but it needs to be a hell yes, right? There should be a little excitement behind that yes, if not a lot, because we don't want a yes that's,
Yes,
you
that's
know,
true.
kind of out of
I-
pressure or
Yes, that's
you're
true.
being
That's
timid.
true.
Yeah. So hell yeah, right?
Yeah,
Hell
yeah,
yes.
yeah. I
Yeah.
haven't thought about it, but yes, a lot of women say yes because they're feeling pressured.
Yeah, and maybe, you know, part of you kind of in the moment agrees to it, but you haven't really thought it out, right? So again, the hell yes, if we say hell yes, or you don't have to say hell yes, but just to think that mentality of being really enthusiastic about
Yes,
something.
exactly.
Um,
And if she wants to stop, in the middle of it, you stop. It doesn't matter if you're like way too excited and, you know.
you maintain the ability to withdraw consent
Yes.
at any time. I
Yes.
absolutely love and agree with that. Okay. So for all of you men coming to Mexico or staying in the USA and dating Mexican women, it sounds like chivalry is huge. Think extra hard about her security, because they grew up in an area where they had to do just that.